Women in video games. Are the doors open for women today in terms of video game design and the industry as a whole?
They are. I
Are they
mean, the
more open?
doors, they're more open. And I think a lot of the work that has gone into, and so much more work to do, but I think a lot of the work that's gone into trying to get more diversity and more women into gaming over the last 5 years has been, how do we make sure that we're finding women, that we're sourcing candidates, that women and girls understand that video games, and not just video games, but technology is a viable path. And I think that was sort of the thing, that getting the doors open was the first step. And I think the work that's really been happening over the last year or two is, how do we make sure we're creating an environment where women and diverse candidates can thrive, right? It's not just get them in the door, but what we found is we could get people in the door, but then we would lose them because it wasn't a culture and an environment that felt safe and inviting. And I think that's a lot of the focus of the industry now. Is it's not just about opening the door, it's about creating the home and the family and the safety, for it to be a place to thrive.
Well, in fact, you've said that you believe that we have more females that play games than females who develop games.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of your missions to change that. So how do we change that?
Yeah, I think it's this virtuous cycle, right? Because the more people you have coming in and making games with diverse backgrounds, the more kind of content they're going to create that appeals, right, to a broader audience. And so it's I think part of it, and I see this positive trend already, is the democratization of both tools to make games and the ability to get your game out there means that we're actually seeing a lot more sort of indie games and smaller games that are able to take more risks on the kind of content that they focus on. And I think that has really helped for audiences to see that, wow, this is the kind of game I love and the kind of game I can make. For a while, it was always just these huge franchises and these huge blockbuster games that were getting all of the oxygen in the room. And now that's starting to be really different. So I think players are seeing themselves reflected far more in the games that are being made. And that, again, is that virtuous cycle of it becomes a viable career choice. And the more you have those game makers with diverse backgrounds, the more you're going to have games that represent it.